Hello, hello, hello. This is Ken from the Rug Detective Show. Hope this is reaching you well. We are back with another one. We're here to feed our familia. We are going to absolutely take this whole crypto space by storm. Let's get straight to it. So today we're going to actually talk about a company called, so basically what we do is we really go over different projects within the crypto space, DeFi space, and we look at sometimes early stage projects, but there's also certain times where we look at projects that are maybe listed on centralized exchanges, decentralized exchanges, but ones that might have an interest for us to be able to, let's say, take part of in terms of investing, maybe holding long term, short term. It depends on what the horizon is. So there's been a lot of news about this particular company. So this is literally came across, I'm just scrolling down because I get a lot of requests from my Patreon members, and this is from Kushina Das Bosch, basically XHV, and also I think another few people also mentioned this. So I have a long list. I'm going to gradually start getting through the request. I do apologize about the delay. There's been so much going on. As they say, money never sleeps in the crypto space. So let's get straight to it. So basically what I've done, I've literally gone to Twitter first and foremost. I've heard a lot of news about this, but I'm going to really take an unbiased view and just go with a clean view, a new set of eyeballs, and to see, you know me, I don't bullshit. I'm straight down the line. If I don't like a project, I'll say it straight away. So let's just see about this project to see if it has the potential or not, based on my own personal views. It's not financial advice. Please do your own research, as they always say. So let's get straight to it. So basically, Haven Protocol, if I scroll all the way up, what I do like to do is sometimes scan through specific Twitter just to take a look at their official account. They have 11,400 followers. And I always connect this information to the rug checklist. And I know if you've been with me for the last 6 weeks or so, I always talk about the rug checklist, but it's extremely important. Why? Because you need to have, let's just say, accountability. And accountability may come in form of someone else, may come in form of a colleague, a partner. But in this scenario in trading, we have our community in terms of what we're growing, which is doing fantastic. But we also need to look at some form of statistics, analytical information that we can be able to start logging. I see this as my trading book, which means that I'm noting everything about various projects. So it goes from on-page analysis all the way down to the charts, the dev team tokens, whether it's locked, whether there's any staking, contract vulnerabilities, blacklisted wallets, who audited. So RD Auditors is our auditing arm. You're welcome. Thanks for coming. So if you are interested in getting your smart contract audited, then reach out to us. We are doing phenomenally well. Where, as you can see, above Certic and Chain Security and Solidity right now. But honestly, we are really have a professional team, really scaling. We're the young guns in the space, so we're taking everything by storm. Anyway, so this is information that I go through on I would scan through literally 10 to 20, let's say, projects at the moment on a weekly basis. Before I would do about 100, I would say, but now I'm building a team. I'm getting researchers that are really going and filtering out some of the, let's say, poor quality projects and looking at the high end. And this helps me to then focus on areas where there's a good opportunity. So I would always look at a project and I'll combine it with the information shown here in the sheet. So let's get straight to it. So it's basically it's a DeFi ecosystem of private assets. Cool. The world's only private stablecoin. Now, is that true? Because there's a lot of stablecoins, but why do they say it's private? You know, we know that Gambit has an interest generating stablecoin, but what does it mean private? Let's find out more, because this piques my interest, right? Anonymity and privacy and all these things is really interesting to me. So what I'll do is I will open up a new tab. Then I like to crawl through to see where they are in the space. This is clearly listed already. From my understanding, I actually put it into KuCoin, so I've listed on a few exchanges. And what you can also do is, which is pretty good, just go to CoinGecko. That might also help. And then CoinGecko, let's go to ticker symbol HX. And then so they're already listed on CoinGecko. So I go through these information to see what's actually going on. They have a market cap of 185 million. at the moment. So it's quite high in terms of market cap. 185 million, 840,248. So they're like a mid-tier type project. So they're not these total shitcoins. They've been growing aggressively to the upside. Let's go back to year to see how far. So going back to March 2020. So there seems to have been around for a while, kind of steady growth, which is very, very good. Seeing a nice pop up from Jan 22nd at $3, now trading at 13. So there's been a strong move to the upside. I tend to not be interested in projects that's already popped like 10x. However, we can't say the same, because look what's happened with Bitcoin, right? How many thousands X's has it done, or Ethereum, and we are still buying, right? Getting involved. So it's always good to look at what the long-term aspirations of the company is. Who are their competitors? So look at like a SWOT analysis, which is pretty good. I tend to look at that a lot, about opportunities, challenges, strengths and weaknesses. SWOT analysis, very important. And then maybe you can do here, SWOT analysis. Then get image. So here, so you can be able to see here. There it says strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Here you can take a look at that. So I tend to look at that, comparing who are they competing against in the space. This really helps me a lot to know what is the long-term direction of this specific project. They currently have a market cap of 185, but do they have, or is there a stablecoin? They mentioned that there isn't a private, but is there a stablecoin that's doing 1 billion, 2 billion? Are they have similar features? Are they iterating at a phenomenal speed in terms of technology? What's happening with the community, the brand awareness, the marketing? So these are the areas that we'll essentially go through. So let's take a look, go back to the site. So I'll go down here. So there's a lot of information about Monero, which is a privacy coin. And let's go down here to a lot of things, USDT, XUSD. Fine, so information about USDT. Okay, so they're giving information why you shouldn't use USDT, tracked Cs, transparent, fraudulent. 45 stablecoins on the market according to this report, only 8 algorithmic, 38 of them built on, and not one of the world's first and only private. Okay, so already they're standing out. They have a uniqueness straight away. They're clearly saying that they're the first and only private algorithm. I would have to do some research about this now. I'm not going to spend time, because it'll take me, an hour maybe to go through it and investigate to see what other private algorithmic stablecoins currently exist, because there may be some that may not have the profile, but they're there. That could also be an interesting opportunity, right? But these are clear. This company is clearly leading the way. They're the first mover advantage, which is extremely important. The Facebooks of the world, the Amazons of the world, the Googles of the world, first mover advantage in terms of a space. So stablecoin has seen credible growth in the last year. 54 billion issued and 380 billion month on. Okay, so it's giving information about stablecoins. There's been a lot. There's been ESD, DSD. Obviously now with Gambit, there's too many to name. Ethic, so there's a lot going on here. So let's go down. Okay, fine. So let's go onto the website. So here it clearly says in first, private money. Bam, straight in your face, private money. You have the dark underbelly, undercurrent, privacy type feel to the website. So they're very smart in terms of what they're trying to convey, in terms of having that dark feel, offshore bank without banks. So essentially it's your own banking system, but without a bank, private, stable money. Interesting. I'm actually liking what I see, to be honest. Algorithmic, decentralized, infinite liquidity. I like this decentralization. This whole connection to the centralized situation is, this is something that I'm not a proponent of. So anyone that's building a product, creating technology that aims to democratize how people utilize things in terms of functional products, and really having their own control of their capital, not telling me, for example, I had to order a new card and the card's taking so long to arrive and they're asking so much information. Or if I want to transfer money from one bank to another bank, they're asking me, okay, where's the money coming from? You've maxed out the amount of money you can send on a daily basis. Why do I need to explain myself to someone about where I should do my own money? So this is clearly having an opportunity there. Bella, stop. Sorry, my puppy's going a bit crazy, starting to bite her paws. Anyway, back to this review. Simple intuitive product school. So they have a nice clean UI in terms of the dashboard. It seems that this is also functional. I like this. So what I'm doing is I'm going through website, clean, Telegram, Twitter. So I've got, in terms of Twitter, there's quite a lot. It's engaging. Product, they seem to have a functional product. Interesting space. They have a uniqueness because it's one of its kind in terms of a private stablecoin. So it's really starting to tick all the boxes. Grassroots, these are areas that mean a lot to me. So they have grassroots, community level. I'm really all for building a community that's from the bottom up, and we don't have these huge entities, bureaucracy, red tape controlling. So they're ticking all the boxes. This is, now I understand why a lot of the people from the Patreon group have really mentioned this project, because wow. Okay, Web Vault, desktop applications, command line, clean. They're clearly saying this is what we have based on the applications you use, web, desktop, command line interfaces, join the community. So basically they're on Discord. They don't seem to have a Telegram group yet. They have a Telegram group. So I'm going to check out a Telegram group and go through this information. And what I'm going to do is also, I'm going to get Haven Vault. Let's see this. So welcome. Okay, I got it. Bam. Okay, create a vault. So I'm going to create a vault, and then I'm actually going to probably do another review about this because I'm very interested about this project now. It's telling me a lot in terms of what they're trying to achieve. Then I want to take a look at the team, because obviously it's privacy, is their team. I'm sure. So here they've got the web, core developer, front lead, contributing team. Okay. So let's just see more information. I also actually there was a video where the lead developer or the founder of the company was actually talking, if I can find it, basically. So maybe if I go to Haven Protocol, maybe it helps here. Then if I go to YouTube, see what comes up there. Good, yeah. So this was it, that they actually sent me this specific link. So let's just click on this.
Is at that time, and get a potentially different number of XHV. Or you can exchange that XUSD with someone else, and they can mint back XHV and sell those XHV again on the exchange if they want to cash out. That would then bring a lot of the benefits together. The global efficiency, the peer-to-peer aspect of Bitcoin, the non-manipulation nature of Bitcoin, and the store of value stability of the USDT without basically inviting to get it, given a little bit of time. Some of the objections are mitigated by...
So what I like to do is, clearly, this is CTO. So he's a CTO, Larson Vest, remains one of the handful of technology and products that I find most interesting in the attire. One of them, okay. So he's not actually part of the company, it seems. He is basically just talking about this specific project. That's interesting. So this is what I'll do, is I'll start going on YouTube, I'll start finding out more in terms of the projects that's happening and what people are saying about it. And this gives me a better opportunity and idea to get different views from people. So like this.
Are going to be private. And moreover, since you own the private keys, no one's going to have access to your funds except for you. And Haven plans to introduce a wide range of synthetic assets, starting with fiat-pegged stablecoin.
Well, there you go. So a range of synthetic assets as well. So they seem to have a long-term plan. And what I'll also do is I'll find out in terms of their roadmap. So here you go. So I'm looking for something and then I find it. So it's very clear, to the point. The UI, the UX, the interface in terms of the navigation was really, really good. They've taken some time to really think about this. So now I want to see about Q1, what they've done. Public release of the XUSD. So utilize new design, fine. Finishing the New Haven daemon, integration of the Chainlink Oracle, good. So they have a lot of integrations, partnerships that's happening. So we like to see this. So what I'll be doing is, and it says here, completed. So then I'm going to then find out and reach out to them and say, okay, is it completed? If they say yes, then I'm going to test it. I'm going to say, show me the features. Let me go through it to ensure that it's something that's not buggy, like it could be able to use. So they have a clear roadmap of what they're trying to achieve. This is quite a unique project. And this is something I should have looked at, before, but hey, there are thousands of projects to look at. So, and normally in this scenario, I generally will take exceptions unless it's a phenomenal project. So something like this, I might look at, a potential pullback. What I'm going to do is get on a call. I'm going to then reach out to the CTO. I'm going to reach out to the CEO, whoever, have a conversation, understand more about the tech. I also want to then find out about their code. Obviously, we have an auditing unit. So I'm going to say, listen, let me find out more about your code. Can I audit it? So I'll go to GitHub here, go to GitHub. Then I'll take a look, start scanning through the repositories. I'll look at the code information. Then I'll just start going through and just seeing the quality, and I'll start looking at the commits. How often are they committing? So let's click on this one here. Then I'll look at how often do they have a repository, how often are they committing to the code. So you can see 58 commits here, the branches, then when, and then just seeing, are they really involved or not? So it seems like this is quite a unique project, and I'm really going to find out more information about it. So what I'm going to basically do now is I'm going to relay all the information that I've actually spoke about today into this checklist. And then I'm going to do some more research over the next few days. And I'm going to start adding this details while communicating. People tend to forget, and this is a big issue. People always ask, Ken, how did you get into Berry and do 60x? How did you get into Walt Finance and do 70x? How did you get into all these various DDS, all these projects we got involved in? How did we get into BSC Starter that do 30x? The key thing for me is not just about the project. I need to understand whether the founder, the CEO, the owner is really into this long term. I need to have this conversation. Obviously, because of the pandemic, I can't jump on a plane and then speak to them face to face. But I essentially want to pick up the phone and talk to them and understand, do they really mean it? I want to have a video call and see them and say, are they really serious about this? So what I'm essentially doing is dissimulating, filtering out whether this is a potential scam, first and foremost. Then number two, looking at, are they really into it or not? Are they there for the long haul, long term? And if I feel this and if I have the intuition, which is an extremely strong trait for me, I'm getting involved. Then I fill it out. And then what we do is we then, within our Patreon group, we have a function whereby we have due diligence section. So I add the projects to the due diligence. And if this is really of interest and I want to take the next step, I'll then move it over to trading opportunity. That means I'm actually going to get involved. So I don't enter a project without telling my community. I explain to them beforehand, this is what I'm working on. So we do this together. So anyway, don't want to spend too much of your time. Hope all is well. I'm going to come back to you another one, and take care. Bye-bye.